Sometimes hype is where disappointment lies. It's something dangerous. It builds loads of expectations, and when these expectations are not met, well, they are shattered. Ubisoft missed their chance many times when fans wanted desperately a Japanese settings for Assassin's Creed. But Tsushima beat them to it, and they nailed it. And then Assassin's Creed Shadows came out, and it was not exactly what we expected, especially on the narrative side. Then came Ghost of Yōtei, a game with huge shoes to fill. Yet while the game aimed to bring fresh perspectives with a new female protagonist, it somewhat faltered by shifting away from Jin Sakai, and in doing so, missed the mark on delivering the same impactful experience. The wow factor is also diminished since Ghost of Tsushima already paved the way with its Japanese setting. As someone who loves Mulan, my favorite animated Disney movie, I appreciate strong female leads, but the shift in protagonist felt more like a departure than an evolution. Don't get me wrong though, the game is absolutely marvelous to look at. It's beautiful and it truly feels like a journey for revenge. Though the story sometimes lacks that gripping quality and has a few plot holes. For instance, the protagonist Atsu has been on this path of vengeance for 16 years. When we finally reach Yotei, we suddenly get new weapons and new abilities. So it leaves you wondering, what was she doing all those years? Ultimately, it feels like Sucker Punch, the developers, followed the old saying, if it ain't broken, why fix it? By sticking closely to the winning formula of Tsushima, and in doing so, missed the opportunity to truly innovate. That said, the combat is more satisfying, and the weapon-based mechanics are far better than the stance system found in Tsushima. On top of that, while the graphics are wonderful and the visuals are very impressive, especially with Mount Yotei in the background and the horses running through the fields, there are some immersion-breaking moments. For example, you can loot homes and items freely even as people sit there, and the textures, like those of the bears, can feel bland and disappointing. For a strong console as a PS5, it could have been much better. And speaking of the PS5, loading time in this game is a highlight. It only takes 13 seconds from my PS home screen until I'm in control of Atsu. It is mind-blowing, yet we already saw it in Tsushima Director's Cut for the PS5. However, given how much I love details in video games, I admire how they removed the minimap found in most games and instead they used the wind as a guide for your selected objective. And I like the fact that every time you bow to someone, they will nod their heads in return. And not to forget the Zeni Hajiki, a mini game that resolves around flicking coins across the surface of a table to bump into another. I actually found this game really fun. What I'm saying is that all the greatness of Tsushima is here, yet Yotei, compared to its predecessor, cannot stand on its own. So the problem is not Yotei being a great game or not, because as a standalone game, it's a great one. The problem is the hype and expectations. That's why most players will feel it's Ghost of Tsushima 1.5 rather than a full-fledged sequel. This is The Biased Gamer, and as always, stay biased and keep playing.